So let's say we're not working with a solid object. We're working with a transparent object. So with a transparent sphere, let's say the light hits it through that point. The light focuses. It's actually very dark where the light hits immediately. It's actually almost like doing the reverse of the other sphere. I'm just gonna BS the shadow a little bit because I'm running out of time. I'm not gonna do this accurately in perspective. Paint in the shadow. So what's going on here is the light is entering the object through the side that's closest to it and then diffusing on the other side of the object. So it actually looks lighter on the side opposite of the light because the light is bouncing around inside of the object. And as a result, we have what is known as a caustic. A caustic is when the reflected light will go through the object and actually make a light spot within the shadow form. And usually transparent objects tend to be shiny, so you can actually see the point of entrance at which the light is coming into the transparent object. See how sharp the highlight is on this side versus here, because the light is being diffused as it passes through the sphere. That means it's being spread out. So it's like going through here. Let me put in some labels for y'all. So again, the actual light source will give you the distance, but where the light source hits the ground will give you the direction. The first thing to put down is the core shadow, then the core light. Then the highlight, if there is one. It's optional. Some surfaces will just spread light out to the point of them not having a highlight. And then the reflected light. Which picks up the surface color. Then finally, cast shadow. Which fades further from the object. In transparent objects,
Oh, people are talking about the shark bear.
shark bear is awesome. The light passes through the object.
He fell down, so I'm gonna rescue.
Rescue the bear! Oh, I should erase that and just rewrite it. So when light enters the object, it forms a sharp highlight. When it hits the other side of the object, it forms a soft light because it diffuses through the object. And finally, it leaves a caustic, which is light on whatever surface it's on. The last thing I'm going to go over is going to be a translucent object. So translucency is, like if you've ever looked at human skin, it doesn't look like plastic, right? It's because light actually hits the surface of the cells and then bounces around inside of them. It's like if you put a strong light behind someone's ear, you can see it turns redder. It's because you can actually see the blood vessels inside of it. But it's not completely transparent. So translucency is this point between solid and between transparent, where the light is bouncing around inside the object, but we can actually see it because it bounces right back out. So the easiest thing to do is skin. So I'm gonna make a skin ball. Ew.
You make that skin ball. You make it good.
I'm gonna switch to a hard round favorite brush. And so under the skin is this flesh, and flesh is pretty bloody. So I'm gonna start off with a red. Again, to do translucency, you can switch the inner color and the outer color. It's just that it's easiest to show, and most people relate to the skin example most. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it. It's also a good example of painting by layering. Start off with this red tone right here. Ew, it looks like a cell. And then I'm going to add, so the red is the color that gets picked up when the light goes inside of the surface. Then I'm going to take a peachy-ish color and layer it over the red. And so the point where the light actually hits and bounces off the cells, then it's actually going to be more of the peach color. And it's going to be a darker, diffuse shade of the peach where the light is not bouncing around and coming in anymore. So that's a shadow. So by just layering layers of peach and shadowed peach over each other, then I can get more of a translucent look, where the red is actually showing through from underneath these colors. Do they make you do exercise before you paint stuff? That actually really just depends on what painting class you take. I've only taken one painting class, and no, it just kind of went straight in. But I have taken classes where they make us do exercises like this. It really depends on where you go. I'm gonna clean up the edge because the red color would not be accurately spilling outside of the skin object. See how it's like redder in the middle where the light is hitting? Yeah. But not exactly where the light is hitting. It's where the light is bouncing around inside of the object. And I guess if it's a skin ball, then I'll add a little bit of
It's a skin.
a little bit of a freckling to it because I kind of...
Freckle.
The skin has a lot of texture. Skin, especially old people's skin, has a lot of texture. So I'm picking up and I'm dotting my color back down to just give it a little bit more variety rather than just like have it smooth and painted.
Okay, that is not a nummy looking skin ball.
Ew. I'll throw in a
Who
little
said that
texture.
cannibals were allowed in this presentation, huh? I didn't say it.
And also, again, reflected color. The skin ball will actually reflect color onto the ground surface. So its shadow is actually going to be a little peachy colored. And there you have it, a skin ball.
Some of our people are getting hungry.
Is it because of the skin ball?
Oh. You could go to the kitchen and get something. We'll still be here when you come back.